Welcome or welcome back. I'm the Ink Archivist here with the 2022 Diamine Inkvent Calendar. Today we're looking at day 4, which is Spruce. This is the first scented ink in the calendar, and when I saw that, I definitely was a bit nervous. I feel like that was pretty warranted, and I'll get to why here. But first we have these swabs on Tomoe River paper, HP32, Apica, and Rhodia. Spruce is a lovely, deep, evergreen color, and on the Tomoe River paper, you'll see you can actually get some red sheen out of this ink, which I found very interesting. The scent part of it does pose a few problems though. For me, it gave me a headache having the open container, and so I thought, oh, I'll put it in a pen, it probably won't be as strong and I won't mind it. So I did put it in one of my Sailor Pro Gear Slims, and I immediately regretted that, so that's why we don't have a writing sample from my notes for today for the readability. But suffice it to say, this is a quite dark readable ink, somewhere around like an 8 out of 10, I would say. In addition to the scent obviously having a smell that might affect you, the other problem with it is it does have some negative properties that it adds. So here you can see it bled through to the other side of that Apica swab, and it has more feathering and show through than other inks from the Diamine calendar. Moving on to the writing sample and comparison swabs. We're starting with our Hokuro 2.0 stub for the title. Now, in case you were curious, that scent is basically like a wood scented candle or like potpourri. If it didn't give me a headache, I wouldn't think it was bad at all. And then we have the fine nib here for the sample sentence. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. For our comparison swabs here, we have Diamine Spruce first, of course, and then we'll have Noodler's Green Cactus. And then we'll have Irishizuku Shinryoku and Colorverse Ink of the Year. So Green Cactus here is much brighter than Spruce. It's kind of more of like a standard green. Spruce actually has some pretty good flow to it, whatever is added there to give it the scent that's also causing the feathering and bleed through and show through. Probably is also adding a little bit of lubrication, which is also present in Green Cactus. Then we have Irishizuku Shinryoku, which is still a bit lighter. Spruce is a pretty dark color. This is kind of in between Green Cactus and Spruce. Strangely enough, Irishizuku inks are pretty well known for having some wetness, so again, got a lot of flowy inks today. But to break that up, we have Colorverse's Ink of the Year for 2023, which is a very dark green on kind of the same level as Spruce. So if you don't want something with scent and don't mind some very heavy glitter, this might be an interesting alternative. But now it's time for my final thoughts. I do wish this was a standard ink. I think it's a gorgeous deep green color, but it gives me a headache and it's not worth it for me to use, unfortunately. So for that reason, I would recommend, if you're interested in this one or a scented ink like it, probably get a vial sample or one of these smaller bottles before you commit to getting a whole one. So any future reviews of scented inks like this one, I don't know if there are any more in the calendar, will operate like this one. We won't have the notes, but everything else will be the same. And you can basically assume that I won't be getting any of these ones, unfortunately. But that's all for me. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good one. Bye!